What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? This is your girl Sislo and Honey. This is part two of another newsworthy update. And guess what? We taking out the trash again tonight. Tonight I have my bro with me. He changes his name. I guess it depends on what kind of mood he in. And today, by the looks of his picture, it's one of those I ain't taking no crap kind of moves. Bishop Cleophas Bartholomew Earl Jones Jr. the third.
Going down.
What's going down, my brother?
What up, though? I see y'all acting up there in the D-time. They acting up.
Man, you hear
City,
me?
city on fire.
We're going all the way.
Oh yeah, for sure. I got faith in them. I believe that they gonna go, and that ain't even my team. I got major respect for them. Major,
We
major.
going
I'm a fan of
back,
Barry Sanders and
back in the
Megatron.
day. Back in the day, we used to
Mm-hmm.
have a theme song by Queen. Dum dum dum. Another one bites the dust,
Oh yeah,
and
for sure.
another one down, and
Yeah, they've
another
been
one.
acting up. They've
Another
been
one bites.
acting up. And see, y'all
Hey,
got some
they gotta get
homegrown. Y'all got that
back to
homegrown talent up there. Yeah,
yeah,
y'all got that homegrown, and then y'all got old brother Amin Ra and a few other key peoples.
not only that, we
Yeah,
took care of it on a collegiate level. Huh?
yeah, yeah. They doing their thing. I'm not mad at all. Over the years, y'all done had some very major good players. You know, definitely my guy Sue. Over the
Oh,
y'all doing y'all thing. I got a partner up there now. He already he said he was booking his flight. He said he started booking his flight when he knew in the fourth quarter. Then he like, let me go ahead and book my flight and ticket.
listen,
Yeah.
wherever you go, you gonna see
Uh.
blue light. You hear me?
Oh yeah,
Wherever
he
you
came down here. I hate that me and my wife didn't get a chance to go up there and lock up with him. And when he came to Dallas for the Dallas game,
okay.
which I'm sure he probably would have really acted a donkey if we would have showed up there. Because you know how some of my fellow Texan folks is. They get ignorant. And,
Yeah.
but they ain't knowing that this boy from born and bred from the Detroit. He get ignorant too. Real ignorant.
You hear me?
So yeah, he like, no, I ain't. Yeah, it was. But I'm looking now. They looking real nice, real nice. I'm like,
You trying to
interesting. Now they go.
hey, you trying to play?
Yeah, they did. They did. They go to San Francisco and see San Francisco got exposed today. So Detroit can go ahead and tighten up on a couple other things, and that would be something major. Told my wife
Sure.
pay attention. I've been telling her over the years, pay attention. They eventually gonna get a break.
We are up in there.
Mhm.
You hear me? We about to do
There's two
something
more
great.
games. Two more games. But if you can get, you can get two more games. You got a Super Bowl. That's all that matters. Two more games.
I'm trying to told you.
Yeah, beat
Trying
San
to
Francisco, and then get on out there to Vegas, and you got to win that, and it's a wrap. But it's gonna be hard as heck to get past whoever come out. I don't know because if them Ravens or the Bill, but really the Ravens, they're gonna have their hands full if the Ravens make it to the Super Bowl and Detroit make it. That's gonna be a girl. That's gonna be knockout. That's gonna be knockout and lights out football right there. Ravens ain't playing. Bills ain't playing either. Chiefs can go ahead and hang it up. I'm tired of them. But anyway, yeah. So I know, yeah. So what's the tea? You know me. I'm sitting in the cut. On work. Glad I'm back on my classes. Just got to catch up with a few things. A couple of these courses got some stuff got to be loaded up by 11 tonight. Ain't nothing major, but
uh
you know how that
well
go.
I want to just give it a hot second. You can hear me okay, right?
Yeah, you perfect. I want to make sure that you ain't hear no back too much. You know, I don't want you to be getting stricken every time we got copyright notification.
Yeah, well, I'm good. I just want to make sure that I can be heard well. If you're gonna hear some background noise from me, simply I need another or a bigger one, much bigger one. Because I am multitasking at this point. I'm trying to hurry up and cook. I got a couple of orders to fill real quick
I
before.
know that's right.
Yeah, baby, I need this.
Yeah,
I'm trying to make that few little smoney's. Just
yeah,
few little smoney's.
money don't stop flowing
The Bible
because
say that money answers all things.
dog gonna write about that. It ain't lying.
It answers. I need a bigger onion, and then these had to be washed off. You ain't give
So
me
it's
the
all
strength.
about how much. It's all about how much you try to make. That's you got to put it. A lot of folks be thinking that the money come easy. Now, if you want more money, you got to put your mash down. You got to figure out what somebody somewhere somehow like something. Get it to them. And the more folks hear about it, then the better off they is. That's what we need to been should have been doing anyway. That's how I can
Right.
recall going through real tough times. And that's just being honest. I really can recall. I can really recall that. Find something. You clean up, cut some yards, shovel some something.
And
Go
that's
clean up
what I'm
the
saying.
house, cook,
Sequence.
do something. Somebody need a meal, they'll pay you for it. Somebody need a delivery, some rides, something. We was
There
doing
was
Uber and Lyft. Yeah,
no
we
kids. There was no
yeah, we
kids out shoveling snow this whole time, and we But I'm gonna go ahead and get to my
so
subject
we
before I get caught up on something else. First, I'll do a quick recap. Turn those noodles off. I'm gonna do a quick recap for the you know since you weren't in my last live or what have you, so you didn't get the chance to kind of know what was going on and what is going on or what have you. But in the last live, and you can see by the title what the live is about. And if you know anything about Atlanta Street interviews or what have you, there's a young man by the name of Marcus, and I'm not gonna put his last name out there because I'm not trying to dox him or anything. But his name is Marcus, and he found his niche in going throughout Atlanta, down in Atlanta in the homeless area, and he interviews homeless people. And initially, I became a fan because it appeared that he was really, really helping people with his interviews and whatnot. Initially, it was like he was like helping people get on track or um giving them resources, and at some point he was buying people tickets to go home to their families, or in some cases he was giving young ladies who was out there with babies or families that was out there, he was putting them up for in a hotel or something like that and whatnot. So I became a fan because I thought initially, hey, this is a good thing. Hey, go my sister from another mister. Hey, boo.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, mama? Give me a mask.
Nothing much. Just enjoying my Sunday. What's up, bro?
So,
and
yeah, I thought it was really a good thing that he was out here doing or what have you. And then, of course, I started getting uh accustomed to his updates with Josias, who was at the time I want to say Josias might have been 18, 19. He was from Ohio and he was homeless out on the streets or what have you, living down in Atlanta. And he would interview Josias about how he became, on the streets and whatnot. And basically, he just didn't want to listen. He wanted to do things his way. And he went down to Atlanta, and then he messed around and got down there and continued his little experiment with drugs and started messing around with different stuff. And then he started getting jumped and beat with pipes and all this other kind of stuff. So Marcus got involved, and Marcus, his dad got in touch with Marcus and helped to connect them together. And at one point in time, he went home. Then he turned around and came back. But now he's back home again. So, there were some stories. Every once in a while, you would hear of a story where, he would connect people with their families and whatnot. When their families saw them on the interview, they knew that they were homeless down there in Atlanta. And they would send, he would either send them a ticket to go home, or the family would talk to him and say, hey, you can come home anytime you want to. You don't have to live on the street or what have you. So it would be some happy endings. And that's how I became a fan, looking at him, in these little happy endings. But, sometimes I had to admit that I started getting a little bit, I want to say, a little suspect, because some of his line of questioning would be, they will always have a sexual connotation to it. Like, he would ask them, like, had they ever been touched when they were a kid, and stuff like that. Well, okay, because he's trying to get to the root of why they out there. Okay, I can even get with that. But then, he started like asking, you would hear him ask questions like, where did he touch you? I mean, did he touch you with this, or his hand, or was it in the bag? And how did that make you feel? Did you get turned on? It started getting a little creepy. Like, because you'd be like, but, it's a little bit much for you to be just trying to get a little history from somebody. That's a little, it started being borderline creepy. So I was like, okay, Marcus, you might want to, you don't want to get caught in no cases. So you want to kind of chill. And then I started hearing little rumors here and there. And I was like, I don't know if this man doing all this and that. The little rumors I heard was he was propositioning some of the young ladies that he was interviewing. Now, some of the young ladies would say that, he would ask them, how are you making it out here in the street? What are you doing to survive? How you making it out here? And they would say, I had to resort to doing some things I didn't want to do. And he was like, what? Like you selling it or whatever? And he asked one of the young ladies, how much? What? And the way he asked her how much wasn't like, what are they paying you to do something like that? He was like, how much? Like he was interested, how much? And I was like, okay, now hold on. Then I saw a video where a young lady said, that he had asked her, propositioned her for the grown folks, and I'm calling it that, but y'all know exactly what I mean. He had propositioned her for the grown folks' favor, and initially she didn't really want to do that because she wasn't really that, she's not really that experienced that way. And so she was like, she don't really do it because people not satisfied with it because she don't really know what she's doing. And so I guess that intrigued him that much the more. And so he was like, well, what you charge? First she said 200. And then he was like, no, I'm not giving you 200. Then she, they keep going and kept going and kept going. So finally he gave her $10 for the interview. $10 for the interview. and $100 for the indecent proposal. So now a lot of people were saying, well, dang, what crime did he break? He grown, she grown, blah, blah, blah. But the truth of the matter is, when you make a deal to exchange money for favors of that type, that's when it becomes a crime. So he propositioned her, and she accepted or what have you. So she said they went home and they did what they did. He took her to his house. They did what they did, and he said, well, no, he's like, I wasn't satisfied with it. You gonna have to let me get a do-over, because it wasn't right, and it was over too quick. So you gonna have to let me get a do-over. And she was like, at this point, she's just happy to not be sleeping on the street. And when he approached her, she was in line to get an Obama phone. So she got out of line to do the interview. So the same night that she did the interview, not only did she get out of line and missed the opportunity to get an Obama phone, but she went home with the guy. She went home with the dude and did the do with him a few times for the $100 or whatever. So then the next morning, like, she fell asleep and she was about to get comfortable, and he woke her up, was like, no, it's time for you to go. You gotta go. He treated her just like what he was treating her like. You know what I'm saying? So he had no care and he had no concern. And I'm going somewhere with the reason why I said that. He had no care or concern about where she was going to sleep that night. He felt like, I guess you just made your $100, go get you a room or something like that. So the very next day, he called her again. This is the young lady named Monique, and she has a video, a few of them actually, talking about the situation. So she says, well, the very next day he came and got her, and he said, well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do a trial run and see how it goes. So get your clothes or what have you, and we're going to do a trial run. So he got the young lady and he took her to the house with her clothes, made her wash her clothes and everything like that. He gave her an edible, and she felt like, she was still feeling a little tense or whatever. She was like, she wanted to be real relaxed because she wasn't really into what they were doing, but he was, let me tell you the conditions of what he told her. The conditions this time, I'm not paying you for the favors. You're going to do it anytime I want to do it. And it's because you staying here. And basically that's what it's about. So I'm just going to give you a trial run and see how things work out with us. So she was supposed to, at any given time, whenever he called for it, do what he wanted her to do. Hey, my mama here. Hey, mama.
Hey,
baby. Welcome.
thank you.
So she went ahead on and got to the house, and then when she asked for another edible or whatever, he said, well, come on, let's do what we're gonna do, because he said this gonna make you sleepy, and if you take another one, you probably ain't gonna wake up for like 3 days. And I'm thinking to myself, what he got stuff like that around for, where he can give somebody something that'll knock them out for days at a time. That's creepy to me. That's some creepy creep kind of stuff. Some date rape kind of, I mean, you know what I'm saying, date R word kind of stuff. Strike that from the record. So anyway, she went in the drawer and found them, and she ate another one or whatever. And he was like, yeah, you gonna have to do what you gotta do. So she said, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get get myself together. So she went in the room and she fell asleep. When she fell asleep, he got mad because she went to sleep and didn't do what he wanted her to do first. So he put her out and threw her clothes out. He threw her clothes out, but he put her out in the middle of the night. He put her out on the street because she fell asleep and didn't do what he wanted her to do. So she said some of the security police that were outdoors saw what was going on and took her, and they said, just give me some time. As soon as we get off, we'll give you a ride. So they took her and they dropped her off at a clinic in another city. Not even in that same city. They just dropped her off at a clinic somewhere. So she said she was all messed up at this point because not only she never did get her phone, he threw out her clothes, and he put her out on the street like just like trash or what have you. So she got on there and she told about her story. So we come to another young lady. The young lady named Lolly. Now, Lolly, and let me tell you this too. All of these young ladies, a lot of them, are not only traumatized by life and homeless, but a lot of them are mentally incapacitated in some way or another. They've been through some stuff, y'all. So it's like he preys on the women who have, this type of background. And the first thing he does is make them think that he's doing something for them, that he's saving them in some type of way. So Lolly is a very pretty young lady. Lolly, when they first interacted, I'm pretty sure she's lying about her age because she looks very young. But at the first time he interviewed her, he said she was 18. The next time he interviewed her, he upped the age to 19. So I'm thinking that she probably was much younger than that, but he knew what his plans were. So he wanted to make it internet all right for him to be preying on these young girls. So but Lolly had a boyfriend, and her boyfriend was older than her, but he was kind of protective of her, and he didn't trust Marcus. So Marcus would get an attitude every time her boyfriend would try to get close to him while he was asking her questions. And he got so much of an attitude that he was about to go to blows with this dude because he didn't want him right there while he questioned her. And the reason why is because he wanted to ask her creepy, nasty questions. So it goes on to Lolly says in her interview, not on her live, I'm sorry. I think she was on TikTok or Big TikTok or something like that. She said that her and Marcus did the do. Now, this is another thing. With all of these girls, he's sleeping with butt naked. I mean, raw. He's not using any protection with these women. They live on the street. They doing what they do to survive. And then he's not wearing any protection with them. Which makes me think he don't care about life for whatever reason. And you can take that however you like to take that. You know what I'm saying? Because there are some people who actually feel like they ain't got nothing to lose. So, sis left. I hope she come back. But so anyway, it's like, okay, he went in and slept with this girl. He did the do, and he gave her an Airbnb. Well, she said a bando, and down there they call abandoned houses bandos, or the spot the JoJo, the bando. But she said that he put her up in the Airbnb for a couple of days, and that was her payment. And she said, but that wasn't enough because he wanted too much. But here's where it got even creepier. Now I told y'all that he upped her age from 18 to 19. But not only that, but she told her boyfriend, and they had broke up by this time. Her boyfriend and her had broke up. She told her ex-boyfriend at this point that one of the things that he asked her to do was act like a little girl while they were in the midst of what they were doing. He told her to act like a little girl. I want you to act like a little girl. And it's like he was trying to fulfill all his fantasies, sexually. So the next thing you know, we go to the young lady, Yana. Yana's from Chicago. Yana's 23 years old. She also looks very, very young. And she's a model. She's very pretty or what have you, but she's been known to do what she had to do in the streets in order to, to survive while she's out there. So, oh shoot, y'all. Hold on one second. Oh, I messed it. Shoot. Nah. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to do too many things at once.
Yeah.
I think I overcooked these. Which means I ain't gonna be able to use them. Once I can't cook it, no. Trying to see. Shoot. I mean to do that. I'm sorry, y'all. Give me a second. Yes, okay. Give me a second. So anyway, that was the thing that with Yana is she was a little bit older or what have you. So he decided that he told her that he wanted to interview her. And so okay, he goes forth and he interviews her or what have you. And so after the interview, he gave her his number and told her anything you need. And this is what he tells all of them. If you need anything, just give me a call. So she sent him a text afterwards saying, okay, hey, I really enjoyed the interview. I appreciate it. Thanks for giving me the opportunity, blah, blah, blah. And so she said maybe we can meet up again and, have lunch or dinner or something like that. So he said, cool, what you doing today? What have you? And they end up going out. Well, as soon as they went out, he said he dropped her off where she asked to be dropped off. And he went on home. He said, when I got home, I thought about it. And I said, well, dang, maybe I should call her and tell her, check on her and make sure she got where she was going okay. Because it was cold and I was really worried. Now, you remember, I just said, he ain't worried about nobody. He really not worried about nobody. He's not worried about nobody. So he all of a sudden he was concerned and he worried about whether or not she got in safely. Whatever, brother. Tell it to somebody else because I'm not buying it. So he calls her back. She said no. things. Then she got back too late or whatever, and she couldn't get in. And obviously, it was a shelter or something. So he said, "Where you at? I'm coming to get you because you're not gonna be out on the street. It's no, bro. Stop worrying. Stop playing." So he went and got her. And that night, he brought her back to his place, and they did the do. And she stayed there with him for 5 months. Okay. You know, he was like, okay, well, hey, she's a really sweet girl, and this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. He said, and then, I thought, that, it could really work out and this and that, but, it started getting around December the 1st, and it was almost New Year, and I decided I wanted my space back. Now, mind you, not only did he have this girl living in the closet, she lived in the closet. Not only was she living in his closet, but he had her participating in activities with 2 and 3 other women at a time. Not only that, there would be times when he would have her on the couch while he's in a room with another woman doing his thing. Meanwhile, she's still keeping the house up and doing all these things that, a girlfriend, a special lady would do. Then all of a sudden, in October, she finds out that she's pregnant. So as of the 1st of December, she was, in fact, 7 weeks pregnant. Well, how perfect was it once this girl finds out that she's 7 weeks pregnant, that he decides he wants to get his space back? So he convinced her. He kept saying his gut instinct said that this wasn't going to work after all. At first, when I found out she was pregnant, I was very excited because I don't have a son and I wanted a son. I would have loved to have a son and this, that, and the other. But after thinking about it, my gut said, no, you can't do this. This wouldn't be right. So as a result of it, he made her delete the unborn. Okay? She living in a closet. She doing whatever he wants, whenever he wants, the way he wants it. And now that she's pregnant, he puts her out and makes her delete the unborn. Okay, now hold on. It's very convenient that you want your space back. But right before he confessed all of this, she interviewed with another person and told them what led up to that. And one of the things that led up to that was this sick, perverted individual interviewed a young, beautiful young lady who was a former exotic dancer. And this young lady is not homeless or anything like that, but she's a double amputee. She lost both of her legs as a result of a traumatic car accident. So he went to her home where she stayed with her parents and her 2 children and interviewed this young lady. And the questions that he was asking her were so out of pocket and so disrespectful and so perverted. He was asking her stuff like, I bet people have fetishes about you, don't they? Do guys ever say they got fetishes about you? And but how do you do? Do you still desire sex? Do you still desire to do that? What kind of guy? How would they do it this way and do it that way? And he was graphic with it though, to the point to where the girl started side-eyeing him, leaning forward and side. I'm like, what is this coming from? This what I thought we was talking about. What led to my accident in my life, and then where this come from? And she was like, I'm offended because you're asking me, you're telling me because I'm in a wheelchair. The kind of questions you ask me is like, since I'm in a wheelchair, I ought to be glad if somebody asks me out or see me as dateable, or I don't have no female desires because this, that, and the third. And then you flipping the script asking these type of questions. She was like, it was creepy and it was perverted. So now he has a pattern that every young lady, not every, but a lot of these young women that he's out there interviewing, not only is he propositioning these women, but he's also raw dogging these young women. Now we know where they at, we know where they live, and we know that some of them living a lifestyle conducive to the streets. And if they out there pay for play kind of thing, and they want to make that money, they're going to make that money whether you going to cover it or not. But my thing with him is, how you living? What's your status? And do you care that you could possibly be infecting somebody else? And I'm pretty sure that he probably clapping back from something, because he out there messing with a lot of these young ladies. Then he's leaving them brokenhearted, and they're young. He's 40 years old. And these girls are like 18, 19, 20. And then he's using them like he'll pay the first time. But then he takes them home and make them believe that he's going to make something out of this. But what they become is a live-in convenience. And that's what I'm saying to make it YouTube safe. But he's making it convenient for him to have what he wants the way he wants. Then he's videotaping a lot of this. Lolly said that he videotaped her when he was asking her to act like a little girl. He's videotaping this. When he was with Yana and these several women, 3 or 4 women at a time. And then not only that, Lolly even said that he was asking her, in the midst of it, is my Johnson biggest your man's Johnson? Is my man, who's the best? Is mine the best or his the best? Stuff like that. Why in the midst of, he's a freak. He's a pervert. He's a predator. And he needs to be freaking exposed. Seriously. Because at this point, not only is he out there having unprotected relations with these different women, he don't know what they got. They don't know what he has. He's making babies. Making these women delete these. How many women has he done that to? Obviously, there's a lot, because there's at least 3 or 4 that just spoke up. How dare you prey on the people that are already going through something And you going out there like you doing some human service in kind thing, when all you really doing is going out there and using your platform to draw these women in for your own personal satisfaction. And it's wrong. You nasty, Marcus. You're nasty. You're wrong. And at some point in time, you're going to get caught up. You're going to get caught up. I know some of those girls you interviewed were underage. I remember seeing the interviews. It's just a matter of time. Your butt gonna get caught up. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, taking advantage of people when they are at their lowest. They're opening up, sharing their hearts to you, thinking that you care. And the only thing you care about is your sick fantasies. You're a narcissist. You're a predator. You're a pervert. And somebody need to catch up with your tail. And I hope the police get your butt. And then when some people come on here and they say, well, what did he do wrong? Well, let's try this. Anytime you exchange sexual favors for money, that's breaking the law. That's wrong. But you get turned on by asking these people what they've been through in their lives when they have been. You say, okay, hold on. You act like you care when you ask them about what they've been through as children. Were they touched when they were a child? You get turned on by that. And then you turn around. You make an exchange. You give them, you drop a little something in their cash out. Put a little bait on the hook. You reel them in slowly. And in some cases, you don't do it slow because you treat them like you feel that they are. Well, if you are a whore on the street, I'm going to treat you like a whore in the room. When they're not looking at you as a John, they're looking at you as a confidant, as a lifeline. You're wrong, Marcus. You wrong. Let me see what the comments are saying. It said Karen Mackey says is on target. Thank you, sweetheart. And he said, right, and his claim that they are all grown. That's what I'm saying. Because he moved Lottie's age from 18 to 19 in a matter of an interview or two. Then I saw him interviewing young girls that were like 13 and 14 out on the street. And not only that, a lot of them have mental issues where they're not even mature. And some of them tell him, you know, I got a few issues going on. I'm trying to get my mind right. And you're taking advantage of that. And that's so wrong. That's so wrong. Anybody have anything to say? Anybody want to add something? Ma? Bro? Anybody want to say something?
I'm gonna let you just. I'm listening because I believe I done heard some up on this story because I followed, not followed, but I've seen some of the interviews on this person that you're talking about, and see, I didn't know he was doing dirty like all that. Now, you know, I mean, if he playing games like that, doing dirt like that, then trust me, life itself don't forget your address. Everybody keep thinking about karma. Well, little do he understand is just he just basically sealing his own fate. Not only that, is that the fact that with him sealing his fate, he's sealing his fate in one of the most painfulest ways that are possible that he think he can imagine. Because the same thing he's doing to others is going to get done right back to him. And then the only difference is that they're going to drop him at his lowest. Like I'm talking about, like he's going to end up in a situation almost similar to some of the same ones he's preying on. And that's if justice don't take his course.
That's
And
what I'm talking about.
he might be found, and I ain't talking about by no cops. Because you know, those people at the end of the day, regardless of, those young ladies still have loved ones. Somebody out there in their family loved them, whether it's an uncle, whether it's a cousin, somebody loved them, and it's one thing to be like, okay, I don't deal with them, but then you jeopardize and put their family's life in danger, jeopardy, and you playing with life altering and life changing, life altering, and some with deadly consequences. When you put their loved ones into that, yeah, bro, you might find yourself on a cold case list, because that ain't something that's beyond perverted and sick. No, that's a sick mind, and he really need to be put to sleep, in my opinion. And just me, that's just me, because of the fact that you're doing something and you just that weak of a coward. I mean, bruh, you ain't got to do all that to be. I mean, you don't have to take advantage of nothing or no one. I mean, but to do all that and then you think it's something cool and think that's manly. Well, young brother, if you listening, there ain't nothing cool or manly about none of that. Everything that you doing, that everybody that is honestly looking or seeing your how you carry yourself, you may have had a good gesture, but you had insidious a hidden agenda. So your whole agenda was from the jump to do what you're doing, but just try to take it on a viral level to get a support group as though that, oh, we can't see him doing nothing like that. We can't see nothing wrong. Bro, you foul. And you ought to be praying to the Most High that that's none of my family. Because there's nowhere in the world, bro. There's nowhere in the world you wouldn't be doing not another now nothing with YouTube, nothing, social, nothing. Yeah, you'll be social, but it'll be in a realm where you only gonna be social by your damn self. Because you ain't gonna do nothing like that. And I mean, that's the wrong is wrong, because you got to think that person, that young lady, or even if it was a male, it don't matter. I mean, they'll never be able to become who they are in life. They'll forever be traumatized.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're gonna, and then on top of that, I mean, you out here, bro, you playing too much, homie. Like it ain't you want to get you really want to get, like, it's really like you really just, I don't know. You to me, you foul. I mean, that's you real foul. And that's, I mean, because I want to keep it kosher on my sister's channel for one. Because at the end of the day, what I really want to say, I'm gonna wait till this story ain't gonna be going nowhere no time soon. That's gonna be a subject that me and my wife gonna discuss on. But the thing is that you shouldn't pray, especially on your own. Now he's gonna be one of the first ones that's gonna be calling it and saying, well, hey, well, what about me? Well, what about you? What you did is what you did, bro. You foul, right. You foul. You don't pray on your own and thinking and believing that you just something good gonna come out. It's like, oh, people gonna respect me. And at the end of the time, you don't think that these young ladies or somebody, you don't think that they're, with them already being victimized, you don't think that they're gonna eventually reveal what your hidden agenda is? Yeah, you beyond sick. You need to be brutalized in a very, very most ungodly way, bro. Because that, to me, you playing what you call it, you playing chicken with somebody's life, not just your life, but
exactly
his life, the next one's life, because you don't know you don't know what that could potentially do to somebody. You don't know. I mean, you're like, you forcing people's hands to do something bad to you. See, the courts and the so-called police, all the people, they just want you for free labor.
Mhm.
They figure, well, that'll be your punishment to society. No, because I can guarantee you, brother, I guarantee you, especially if you was up under my flag, oh, you already know the consequences of dealing with something like that, especially with young women. That's a form of oh my God, what do you call that? It's coming to my brain, but that's a form of not seduction, but
Trafficking.
that too. But I'm talking about it's like like when you mislead. Basically, what's that part where where it's be careful, yeah, because you know that person's blood will be on your hands.
Right. Right.
So and that's in all faiths and religions and beliefs and all that. But when it comes down to when you violate and you take the innocence of a young, old, elderly male or female, regardless of whether they do whatever they do in their life. I mean, if you're doing stuff, you're basically taking advantage of a wounded soul. You're gonna pay for that. You're gonna pay for that dearly. And your life is probably gonna be, and that's not even enough because the Most High is gonna take your life. It ain't about somebody else doing it. He's just gonna allow the suffer to be because you basically taking others' lives away from them. And it sound like you just basically trying to get as many involved as you can, because it sound like to me is that you find out that you probably do got something, and you trying to, if you trying to go out like that, bro. No, I think you really should really just kind of become a hermit and just disappear from society before somebody make you disappear. And that's not no threat. That's not none. That's just reality. That's the cycle of life. You're not gonna play with people like that. You're not gonna play with their loved ones. It's too rough out here. There's people out here that got assets and money and family. They're having it tough, hard. They want to be with the people. You got to be careful now. You can't even blink your eyes too fast. You might mess around and have a brain aneurysm.
Right.
You don't know what the heck is going on. I mean, stress is killing us. What we eat, now they find all these plastics, nanoplastic particles, and water bottles, and it's just so much going on. And you out here playing, excuse my French, but General Dick 'em down. Like, come on, bro. Is that what you call yourself doing? Like, dude, I see why he probably trying to prey on them too, because he know a real one of them ones that's about that bag. He know one of them, what he'll run into his match. He know there's some sisters out there that's into that realm that'll turn him out and take everything from him. See, you notice he preying on the weak and the unscrupulous. They don't really know. They don't understand what they know. Father forgive them for they don't understand what they know not. Because at the end of the day, that's what they don't know. They don't know. They don't have an understanding. So since you got an understanding and a certain level of understanding about certain things, you taking advantage of that. Well, you need a place to stay. Well, I need to feel good. Hey, ain't no problem. That's what I do for a living. But you got to do it for me and only me. No, we not. Well, in order for me to help you, this is what I'm gonna do. That Indian giving, and we all, most of us have been guilty of doing that to each other, especially our people. Indian giving, like I don't know what, give you a ride, and then you offer to say, well, hey, if you don't mind, from time to time, can I hitch a ride with you? No, I can't. Or they'll tell you, well, I'm about to do this, or I gave you this, well, but I'm gonna need that back.
Right.
Huh? Bruh, I mean, you just literally did this for me less than a couple hours ago. Well, I'll just just letting you know though, dog. I'm gonna have to get that back. When you think you're gonna be able to do it? Indian giving, but at the same time, you utilizing someone at their weakest point in their life. So you try to use
put out the one
you try to use sex as a manipulation tool.
Exactly.
Like, why are you doing that, bro? Like, we too busy out here hurt right now. Like, most of us out here, we really out here really want to find our way in life, and you out here using sex as a manipulation tool. Like, oh, that's just, oh yeah, well, I know she'll do anything for me to do whatever because she ain't got no place to go.
Right.
Where's she gonna go? What's she gonna do? Who gonna look out for her? Who's gonna listen to her? Oh, she out here laying on her back for a living. Her stomach is empty. So I'm already know she probably need to get cleaned up. We need to do this. Yeah, you know what? I got you. No, but a real gentleman, and I mean, I can't speak. I can just speak just on general terms. Even if you're not, there is some stand-up people out here in this planet, even if they're not married or whatever. But me personally, if I'm out doing things like that, I'm doing that out of my resources and my kindness and my heart because I've been homeless is homeless. Whether you straight, whether you alphabet, whether you whatever. Homeless is homeless. An addiction is an addiction. Abuse is abuse. You don't never take advantage of somebody that is. I mean, you never know. That young lady probably could have been abused and probably could have been violated by her own family. That's why she's doing what she's doing. So that's a second nature to her. But she's doing it because she wants to find. It's an emptiness. Like I want that same feeling. I want that same respect. I want that same look. And they feel like, well, shit, if I can't get it from those that took my innocence, then I'll just go out here to people that's what I'm used to being passed around and treated like a piece of meat. And that's extremely too bad because at the end of the day, I got daughters too. I got grandchildren. I got 3 granddaughters. About to have 4.
I'm glad you said that because he has daughters. And when he was asked about it,
let me mute. I'm gonna go
about, what if somebody was to do your daughters like this? He said, my daughters won't get done this way because they got me. What kind of statement is that? What kind of statement is that, bro? He letting you know what he about.
Well, he'll figure it out. Trust me. No, trust me. He is going to figure it out, and I can promise you. But when he do, it's gonna rip him. It's gonna rip him a new one. Because the first thing he gonna say, "Not my baby." Well, too bad, too sad, bro. But your baby. Yep, she sure is. Turned out, and I'm not trying to put that on any of them. I'm just saying, but. What goes around comes around, and if you're thinking that you're gonna have, you think if you got the type of authority and the type of thing to just do that to someone, and thinking that I can do it to anybody. I ain't about to, ain't nobody gonna do, ain't nobody gonna do it to mine though, because I'm gonna teach them and show them. At the same time, they saying, yep, that daddy taught me, yeah, he sure is gonna teach you. He already taught you. You can't play no games. I mean, my daddy taught me, and then she gonna run into one of them old school, or one of the young cats that's been trained by some old school cats that's been around the block 3, 4, 5 times. Gonna run circles around her, have her run around here looking for that man with sunglasses on, with a flashlight in the middle of an eclipse in daytime. And then the first thing he gonna want to do is gonna want to go kill the man.
Exactly.
Nope, you can't play. Nah, bro, you can't play devil's advocate on that. Wrong is wrong, right is right. He ain't doing right. He gonna figure it out. He gonna figure out why. He gonna figure out why. He gonna really figure it out, and it's gonna be a heartbreaker. Unfortunately, it's gonna be a heartbreaker because you really utilize it. You do like at the end of the day. I've been homeless. I've been homeless with a family. In the 6th largest at the time, the fifth, 6th largest city in the doggone country, out of San Antonio. And let me tell you something. That ain't nothing to no lightweight to be playing with. I didn't befriend and met a man that, him and his wife, they were homeless a long time. One day he go to sleep. They both go to sleep outside. They laughing and talking. The next thing you know, him and his wife waking up under the bridge. She dead. This man got to bury his wife. Just got custody of their children because they just got a place. They was waiting to get, all kind of stuff. Like that's nothing to be playing with. Finding folks getting shot up, stabbed. There's women around there. I mean, there's women around there, even couples. Man go to work, he got to leave his job early and almost get fired because he got to come back down to the doggone me shelter because his wife done damn near been brutalized because she done been raped and beat all up, and they got to take her over there to the hospital around the corner and get an emergency on her because, you know, she done been ravaged and beat up. But mind you, they was just going on about their business. She going trying to handle her business and snatched up. You know, and it wasn't just by men. You know, it could be it's couples out here. Couples out here that's doing stuff like that. What this dude is doing. There's couples out here that the women will lure him in, and he'll go to work on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got people out here. We need to really wake up, man. We really that's sick. And bro, like I said, bro, man, listening, bro. Yeah, you really need to, like. If I was you, bro, you better quit while you are. I ain't even saying you're ahead, but you better quit while you can, because your next level is gonna be involuntary. And if them people get a hold of you, or they gonna make an example of you, because they're gonna put you in gym pop for real with some boys out there that got some stuff that nature probably can barely even cure. And they definitely gonna be on you. They're gonna do you exactly like you did them. Oh, okay. Oh, you know, we don't like protection too. We gonna bust you down.
It's crazy. It's really
real
crazy.
reality.
It's crazy, and you know, it's not just that he's making children.
That's what I'm saying. You can't be doing that, bro. There's a lot of people out here that don't even have no children naturally, and you out here doing that. Like you making babies with. Okay, you making babies basically with young ladies or babies, basically, because if they younger than my kids, they my kids' age, my children's age. So if you out here making babies with babies, and then you turn around and you abusing them, man, come on, bro.
Yeah.
I can't stand no man.
Them. He deleting them.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, and it's like you putting wear and tear on these girls' bodies in more ways than one.
And they out here already suffering, hungry, hurt, heartbroken.
Yeah, and they want to be loved. And that girl thought he loved her. He played with her.
And now she got to turn around here, and they're about to turn around here now and bring in a life. They extend this fool's lifespan. You know, and I, at the end of the day, especially if you're a male or a man, you can call me what you want, but just make sure you say my name right. I don't give a damn how bad you is. You can catch it. But I know one thing, you ain't no man to me. If you do things any of that nature at all, look, man, it take two to create. Whether you playing games or whether you manipulating somebody or not, stand up and be responsible. I have no respect for no male on this planet, no race, no nationality, no nothing. If you literally out here making and creating and you thinking it is cool, nah, bro, you need a dirt nap. Because you got to understand, somebody else is going to end up being responsible for raising your responsibility, whether it be that child's parents, cousins, uncles, aunties, grandparents, nieces, nephew, somebody got to pay, child care. Man, don't you know the average person is spending over 25 grand yearly on child care? And that's just poor working class.
And they doing it just they working just to pay to babysit.
Can't pay no rent. Gotta move home. I gotta be at home. I gotta stay. Can't do it. You gotta, huh? I'm on the phone, fat boy. What's up? I know. I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone. Okay? I'm talking. I'm discussing. I know you go. You want to say hi to TT? Say hi to TT.
Hey. Hi, baby.
Now, Papa talking, okay?
Come on.
I'll be back. We all right? Okay. Oh, that's the only little dude. Right now I got two granddaughters and another one on the way and him. So yeah. But yeah, it's I mean, people gotta just you just not no man, period. Just at the end of the day, that any fool can make a baby, but it takes a man to become. Any fool can call himself a daddy, but it takes a man to be a father. Because you gotta have to raising my grandson now. Me, my wife. Guess what? It ain't that my daughter can't afford it, but there's even certain child care places saying, look, if you ain't got no assistance, or if that young man, his father ain't kicking in, no, your parents, a lot of these places out here, no, if your parents, which is the grandparents, just take care of you, and you trying to have child care, no, they'll tell you either go get some state assistance or try to get you some support. But we're not gonna let you do that. We don't care what kind of job you got, because that's putting wear and tear on the grandparents, on the household most likely that you're living in. And then they got to take care of your responsibility, not looking at it like that, but that's just what they're looking at. So they're denying a lot of people that need child care because they know that they need it, but they know that's what's going on because these illegitimate, irresponsible niggas. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, that's niggerly conduct. Look it up, quote unquote, for all you theological people that might say, "Oh, we're not supposed to call each other niggas." Well, acting niggerly, that's acting ignorant. It's preposterous. As the Pilgrims would say, preposterous. Preposterous. But it's the truth. It's niggerly. That's ignorant conduct. Oh, man, I can go lay pipe. I'm going on the next bit. That's my baby mama. Dude, that's not nothing. That ain't no, really? You ain't never heard nothing in no scripture nowhere, nobody. You ain't never heard no religion or no type of form of people.
And his justification for everything is, well, it is what it is.
It ain't. You ain't never heard nothing say.
We're all adults.
What do you say? What do you say? God. He said, God. What do you say about when a man finds a wife? He finds a good thing. And God honors that. You don't hear nobody say nothing about God honors your boyfriend and girlfriend, your baby mama, baby daddy. What? Where they do that at? Yeah, that's my baby daddy. Girl, how many baby daddies you got, girl? I got about 4 or 5 baby daddies. Huh? Man, that's my baby mama. How many kids you got? Man, I got about 7 kids, man, and 6 baby mama. Okay, yeah, that's nothing. I'm not saying, to each his own, but that's nothing honorable, bro. I got family that's in that type of real talk family and it's not something that they honorably did because they not how they was raised. Unfortunately, just fell in that trap. It is what it is. But one thing about it, they take care of them kids. And even when their kids are grown now, they take care, they look out there, that's one thing about me and my people is my mama said, you make them, you create them, you raise them, but we ain't gonna let you give them away.
I know that's right.
In this respect, though, it's how they're made. You know what I'm saying? It's how they're made. That they don't have a chance because he's using the deletion method, and it ain't even like he even doing a plan B or nothing. He
going commando. He straight get to the chopper now.
But he's not even doing a plan B the next morning or nothing. He
getting to the chopper. He doing what Arnold said. Get to the chopper.
Right. He's allowing it to develop into a life. You know what I'm saying? And allowing her to have hopes of this thing going somewhere. It's just wrong.
Some sisters, a lot of y'all sisters fertile too, girl. All you gotta do is kiss some of you sisters when they are pregnant. Huh? What I ain't doing but kissing. Yeah, get extra fertile. So he ought to know.
He having those liberties with too many different women to be so careless.
That's a lot. That's a lot of pH balance issues.
Exactly. That's exactly my point.
Him and that's a lot of pH and chemical imbalance. So I know you getting them shots.
Yeah.
If not weekly, at least monthly, I know you getting them shots. You can't tell me. Don't tell me that you're using any kind of. There's certain herbs and stuff that keep your system clean, but bruh, I know you got that itch. I don't know if you're itching internal or external, but you got that old itch, boy. You got a discharge. You need to quit. Now y'all here feeding other folks discharges. That out here, all these simple bugs back then. Now they super mutated bugs.
Yes.
Now a simple UTI. Now you can end up getting a simple UTI from drinking too much soda or alcohol, beer. And if you ain't careful, and you with your mate, or if you with somebody to turn around and get and their pH balance is off, turn around and turn into a super mutant ninja bug. So imagine what a venereal disease is doing. I mean, people don't understand that is the real reality. Sexually transmitted diseases. That means that it's some type of chemical imbalance that can turn deadly that is only sexually transmitted. And the only way you're going to get it is through sexual activation. And so if you out here doing the birds and the bees, the 1, 2, 3s, and you ain't, I mean, dude, sound to me the man is infatuated with it. He watching he watching a little bit too much as my grandma used to say, he watching them folk bumping uglies too much. And he infatuated. I don't know, he's trying to I'm sorry, y'all. Our people, y'all, oh my Lord, we ain't doomed, but we borderline because it's scary. Because, at the end of the day, a lot of diseases, too, don't have to be transmitted sexually. A lot of folks are just nasty and don't wash their hands and can touch stuff. You don't know what folks is doing. He one of them type of dudes that think it's funny and cool. Oh, yeah, let me put this up there. I bet you she won't say that. I bet she won't turn me down no more. I bet she won't come over here and eat no more. She didn't turn me down. Every time I come over here talking, let me go ahead and put a little loogie or something up there. No, I just took this doggone this antibiotic for this oral thrush disease I got from running around putting my mouth where it shouldn't be.
Oh my.
I'm just, that's what folks is doing. That yes, ma'am. We out here, people out here doing what they doing, whatever they want to do, however they see fit to do it, and think it's just okay. Just like this fool running around knocking down sisters that got to do what they got to doing what they do in their life. And at the end of the day, they just as crazy to allow it.
That's
because right. It takes two to mingle. I mean, but it ain't. I don't care how much money you thinking that you gonna get. It ain't that much. I'm not gonna jeopardize my life to get $1. Even though I may have to do those type of activities, I'm not gonna put my life on the line even more deadlier. Because at the end of the day, after that orgasm, you still got to live.
Yep.
You still got to live. You still got to live. You still got to go about your daily time. You still got to go about your daily life. You still got to face your family, your peers, your foes, your friends, your kids, all that. And God forbid, but some of these, but like I said, you 40 years old? Come on, bro. I'm on my way up out of these 40s, man. Let me tell you. I done did some bugged out things in my life, young brother, but nothing like that. Nah. For one, I got morals, and I was raised right. My mother taught me how to respect women, even if she disrespected herself. My grandma always said, "Well, if a woman put herself in a man's shoes, what's left there to respect?" So don't put your hands on that. That's the only thing my grandma always taught you. Don't put your hands on. But other than that, you respect that woman at all costs, on all levels. If she's not for you, then God got somebody for you. You don't mistreat her. You don't disrespect her. If you want to go, if you want to go out here, and grandma always say, if you want to, follow around, you go ahead and just stay by yourself. Don't be bringing no other woman, nobody all up in here in your mess. It's not hard to stay single if that's what you're gonna do. Because if that's all that you're about, I mean, if you're about your hustle, about your grind, that's all you think you need is to get a feel good thrill or two. Don't bring no innocent woman or no sister into your realm and thinking that that's the best thing to do. There, you don't do stuff like that. Trust me, there is plenty of equal opportunities on both sides that will gladly please you. Some for free, some for a fee. So, we gotta get this together, man. Because it's funny, and you never know who you really like or listening to until then you find out they hit an agenda. Like you did all that. Everything that you have did, honestly, as far as trying to expose and help people, you did that in vain, bro. You did it in vain. At the end of the day, every single thing that you may have did, that you may have thought that we felt that it was that's a good purpose. Oh, man, that tugged in my heart. Man, that brother was really looking out. At the end of the day, your whole agenda was, man, I'm doing this so I can get shit. I can go ahead and get my ass rate up. That's what I need to get my body count up.
Yep.
Yeah, you're going to get your body count up, all right. All right? So it's like, yeah, you're going to get your body count up. And let me tell you, when you get your body count up, you're going to be really upset. Because at the end of the day, somebody going to be counting you as a number.
Yep.
Somebody, and you never know. You better hope that you don't run. You better hope that one of these young ladies that you done did wrong. You better hope that at the end of your time of days that they don't be the person that finally put you away or pick you up because you, hey. You see what they did to a whole lot of our brothers and sisters down there in the SIP. Throwing them in shallow rat holes. You know. There is some people out here that can get, there's always somebody out here that's just as worse off and just as tough and just as evil and just as sadistic and bad as you. And somebody got his number. Guarantee you. And with that information and that story coming up, because I'm pretty sure we ain't the only one discussing it, somebody got his number. Unfortunately, that's just the way it's going to end. That's the way it's going to be. Because you just don't do things like that. That's not more. Not only are you morally corrupt, but you really spiritually wicked, bro. And you're not, I'm sorry, but not sorry. You are very, very blessed to be where you at. You are extremely blessed not to be in certain circles, my brother. Because in my circle, under my flag, we don't deal with that at all, bro. That's equivalent to, well, let's just say, we don't want to use that word. Let's just say they took an advantage of.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
We don't. Nah, bro. Nah. No. No. Sharia law all day. We're gonna. Yeah. You steal, we cutting it. You kill, your head chopped off. You violate. Oh yeah. You getting violated publicly. And then they're going to get rid of you. It ain't none of that. We ain't about to do all that. They ain't about to let you go all to jail and try and put you around a bunch of other perverts. No. So you can get out and do that to somebody else? Because that's exactly, I don't know how well they prosecute crimes unless the prosecutor can turn it into a sexual crime. Which actually, it could be an attempted murder because if he do got a disease and he didn't gave it, yeah, he could get hit with that. That's all 50 states. He can get hit with that. That ain't no punk. That's a crime for real because you got folks right here that's actually doing that and have did that. Well, I'm going out. I'm gonna get as many people as I can. Take right along with me. And people are still doing that to this day. They think everybody wants to be social media. Everything wants to be, I got to get my likes up. We'll do anything for whatever.
That's right.
Getting a bag. I'm going to get a bag. How you going to get a bag? Man, I'm about to show y'all the game. What's the game? Man, I'm going to go out here and do these interviews, man, and find out how freaky these sisters really is that's out here doing bad. And you just didn't hear this young lady say that she came from such and such. Her uncle molested her when she was age 9. Her auntie had been messing with her till the time she was about 15. Then a cousin violated her by the time she was 17. She ended up with 2 kids by 19.
Mm.
And now she living out on the street 400-500 plus miles away with nowhere to go. And you got a microphone in the mouth. What you do?
Mm.
Did you like it? Was it good? How much? Did you always do this? Was you doing that? And the whole time,
Mm.
I know you need somewhere to go, though. Well, yeah. What would you do for a Klondike bar? I'm just trying to make lightweight of certain situations, but I am cold. I'm hungry. I only get to see my kids maybe 3 times a month, couple of every other weekend. Right now they staying with a family member just for the moment until I can get a play. Really ain't got nowhere to go. Tired of going to the gym to get myself cleaned up. Tired of going to the soup kitchen to get a meal. Tired of dealing with these perverts that's out here, these old nasty from old men, from old men to the younger ones, probably almost my kids' age trying to holler at me. Everybody just want to see me on my back. Don't nobody want to see me stand on my feet. I want to do simple things. I want to do fun things that a woman would love to do. I want, like you said, at the end of the day, sister, it all comes back to they want to be loved. And you misguided them. And when you misguide a woman and then you literally impregnate her and leave her and let her and put her out on it, yeah, bro, you're going to get that. And then what's going to be so sad about it is that you're going to end up leaving her as you did already by herself to raise that child by herself, because eventually it's either the justice system going to take you away or fate going to take you away. And then there goes a whole nother family, fatherless child. Y'all don't see that cycle?
I agree with that though. I think so.
We were dealing with some very wicked, extremely wicked, very powerful, very highly connected on all levels, metaphysical, science, spiritual, you name it. Got folks on payroll 24 hours, from occult leaders to frontline leaders to all that, to keep people at bay on all levels, keep us in a cycle. And what we doing, I can't speak for all other national, but what we doing as a people, we doing like this what my sister's discussing on a Sunday night right now.
Yep.
That's what we doing. We doing all this high. We doing all I could play. See, I could tell when somebody's being genuine. And I figured it was something. Because I'm like, man, what is it about this? Okay, you just don't come. I mean, you got to be genuine about certain things, man.
But what
really,
can be done to protect the people? I mean, what can be done in case
of
that?
Do you know what? We got, honestly, and I know a lot of us don't want to, but certain things we just got to go back to making examples of people that and those that violate and do that. I mean, you have to set the standard somewhere, because talking to somebody, talking ain't working. Sending them to other people that really, in other nationalities that really don't understand us as it is, you sending them to them to get some psychological help, and these are the same people that they really want to psychologically see us gone. But we got to end up putting them amongst their system, and then they're going to utilize them one way or another. So it's like a lose-lose situation, because it's lack of self-love, if you ask me, on both parties. He has a lack of self-love because he's thinking that that's what it is. He loves to do that, not knowing that he's literally helping destroy. He's helping the agenda to destroy the woman, and particularly the black woman. The gender, they already did a number of 3 or 4 on the man off top. We had already been almost anything but turned to dust. Now he's working on the women, the young ones. He getting them before they even get out the womb. He poisoning them. Because all these times, every time they got to go to these doctors and get all these shots and all this stuff, don't you know that disrupts your immune and your reproductive system?
Yes.
Every single time. You got to go get a shot for chlamydia simplex 10 and all that stuff. Anything that's disease related, that literally alters your reproductive system.
Oh, yeah. You're right about that. You are.
And then we wonder why that our children are coming out with all kind of grandkids coming out with all kind of ailments. All kind of bad ailments because of sick-minded stuff like this. It's a continuous thing. It has to stop, not just with the elders, but with those that's actually participating in it. And some is just going to have to be made examples of. There's certain things that you just don't do. And you don't dishonor your ancestors by corrupting your women. But the world wanted to crucify Malcolm when he said it best. Black woman is the most unprotected species on the planet.
Yes, true. I agree with that.
Our own. Even her own don't even protect her the way he's supposed to. Not all of us, but most. Man, you got brothers out here pull out a camera real quick while this is over here getting her head cracked. Not me. At least I'm gonna be like, for one, bruh, you know them people coming, right? Two, I don't know what's going on, but at the end of the day, brother, I'm not gonna sit up around here and just watch you literally do that. So however we want to do it, we can do it. Win, lose, or draw. You might be 6'4", 6'5", 300 plus. That don't mean nothing to me. You can have weapons. I can have weapons. It ain't even about that. It's win, lose, or draw with me. Because if I black out, you might. Hey, Uncle JB said it best. I don't know karate, but I know crazy.
I know that's right.
And and I was taught that anything can be made and used as a weapon. But I'm not gonna sit around and let you just abuse and literally pulverize and beat a woman in front of me, because what if I got my daughters or my grandkids with me and they sit up here like, Papa, Dad, what you really you gonna just sit there and let that man literally whoop that woman? Like, nah, bro, don't really. Like, I might literally be triggered because I might go back to my old days of growing up in the project and just grab a brick and give you one.
Oh,
and if y'all know, some bricks hit harder than bullets.
yeah, you're right.
Because, I give you a couple of bricks. I bet you gonna stop hitting it in, because you can't beat no brick with no bone. Sorry, that brick gonna always win. Yeah, that's just being honest. And most of us always saying, if that was my girl or my wife or my sister or my daughter, no, he'll be no. You can't say that.
I'm just talking. I was just talking to y'all here. Nothing I said. I'm sorry.
No,
I was on mute.
Oh, okay.
My bad, sis. I'm just being honest.
Let me just, hey, CC podcast. I'm sorry if I'm late getting to the comments. Was it something you were saying?
No, I was just saying. I think somebody was they asking a question?
Just now? No, I don't think so. I think everybody's making comments. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I agreed on some of them. So it's just that's irresponsible. Period, man. You can't. I'm sorry, but I just can't allow you to do that. Not in my presence. If you want to do that on your own around some other people, but not me. I don't believe in all that. I don't believe in that's not what you're supposed to protect. You're supposed to protect a mate that actually has the power to bring a whole other life form on this planet. She should be honored and respected on all levels. You got to give you something to respect as well. You just can't say, well, I'm a woman. You can't do well. You can't. Steve Harvey got a lot of folks screwed up. You can't think like a man and act like a man, and you a woman. That ain't no. You got to do one of the two. You can't think and act like the man. No, you either gonna think like him or you gonna act like him. You can't think and act like that's not your nature. Go. So it's like, if that's what you to understand a man, to be honest with you, to understand the mind of a man is not really hard. We simple creatures. We really are. We're really simple creatures. And with us being simple, it don't take a lot. When you hear the elders, and I've even heard my aunties even say it, because they be asked questions. Miss such and such, how you and your husband stayed together so long? Child, I keep them full and empty. My mama and them cracking up. And then she be messing, what y'all laughing for? You had 5 boys. So apparently, you know, my mom be like, you shut up. Nobody talking to you. You know how y'all elders do, but I listen to that wisdom.
Yes.
Because it's the truth. I've never seen my grandfather and none of them, my uncles and none of them. I've never seen them abuse, raise their hands to my aunties or my mom, none of them. Even some brothers and some of these guys is old street legends from where I'm from, but I've never once seen them disrespect their wives or even their long-time companions. Because there's some they never, I will say that they were married, been together 30, 40 years, just never, they had their children and came and went and moved on and came back. They still around. But I've never once seen them disrespect one another the way the level of disrespect is for now. You got some out here just go out here and just get busted down and toe up and don't even care. Because that's what we want. We want to be loved here, Rick. We want to be loved. We want to be looked at. We want to have somebody to recognize us. And when you vulnerable like that, once again, as a man is a simple creature. And if he feel like he's only operating, we want to only operate off a certain level. And if we know that we can get something and continue to manipulate that situation without repercussions and consequences, he's going to keep doing it.
Yeah, that's true.
Compared to the sisters, now imagine if the tables was turned. Yeah, some people will do the same thing. But you have a lot of sisters most sisters are very kind-hearted. That would, you know, I'm gonna try to get this a chance, but other than that, I'm not dealing with this. But then you got some sisters that's like, look, I ain't got no time for that. I'm setting up family goals and great generational wealth. I ain't got no time for that. I guess I'll just stay single until whatever. And then you have married couples out here. I could save them myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Bro.
Are you good? My bad. I'm done.
You right on the spot. You on the money, baby. I just want to ask Mom one question. You got granddaughters that are ages that some of these young ladies are.
Yes.
How would this make you feel to know? No, let's do it from your grandson's angle. If you know your grandson was out being careless, just sleeping with women raw and all this other kind of stuff, what type of advice would you have for your grandson? Or what would you say to him?
Well, to me, so what age bracket we talking about? Just throw out an age to me.
He's 40. He know better. But these girls are from 18 to like in their 20s. 26.
Okay, now see, to me, if it didn't start way before that, 18, like that time, and we got a male on you know, in the group right now in the chat.
Right.
Okay, so my point is that kind of behavior, because our children are exposed to way more than information that I was ever exposed to at that age. So these kids now are like the kids right now, they're raised up with everything. I mean, they can see anything they want to see is right at their fingertips, because most of them, including I had my great grands here, and they were engaging in they all have their own tablets, not sharing a tablet, need a computer. They have their own in their hand. They know how to access it. If their parents don't put some blocks on it, they can go to anywhere. If not, they can, you know, they just do. So I'm saying that to say, if you got a young man and he's 18 and 19, men, our black men do not feel responsible. This is my view. They do not feel responsible for the young men. So it's not just a woman, because the only thing I can do is share with another female how to behave herself.
Right.
But somebody else, I can tell my grandsons or my sons, but they don't respect a woman telling them how to be a man.
Exactly.
You know, so that's how. Now, if this person,
How
You
do
said what now?
I'm just saying, if you knew he was out there doing some reckless stuff like that.
But that's my point. If he's 18, it's really, really late, because that means he's been engaging in a long time. It is
Right.
nothing. This is the way I believe. It is nothing you can do, because that type of behavior is encouraged from the male standpoint. I mean, we can watch television all day long. You know, I'm saying Jerry Springer, but not Jerry Springer. What's his name? Karama and all of the rest of them. They're doing all of this kind of stuff. So the behavior has to be caught way before that.
Right.
Women, one of the things that I just believe, and I really, really, really believe in, is the drugs. Drugs create a lot of these behaviors. They create these behaviors. I mean, when you just want to explore, I mean, just any kind of sex, you just name it. I think I want you to have sex with a dog. So all this kind of stuff go on in the crack house, in the dope house, in the weed house. Now, just like you were saying, they give you something, knock you out for 3 days.
Right.
But somebody, okay, what responsibility is it on the woman? If we know the man, we have to tell them, hey, don't get caught up like that. You got to,
Right.
Travel in a group. You got to have a buddy system. Because we can't put all the responsibility on the man, because
Right.
that's what they'll do. If we don't take our own responsibility in our hands and know that if we so when we see young women out there dressing real provocative, then that ain't no reason why. No, you're right. It's no reason why they shouldn't dress that way. But what's the point of it? Why are you dressing like this? What are you proving? What's the point of it?
Right.
What is your message?
This is true.
So,
Make a good point.
and it's really sad. It's really sad when you got somebody who can, under the guise of I'm trying to really help people and support people. Where's our leaders at? I mean, what are people? How do you expose that? Actually, how do you expose it? How?
Yeah. Well, one thing about it, and two things for sure. Social media is a heck of a drug. Because, baby, if you want something to spread fast, put it on social media. Put it on social media. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. I can't do it all by myself, but I can reach my audience and spread the word from my perspective. I think he needs to be exposed so at least people can know that this is a possibility of what they can run into when they meet up with him. And he can be up under somebody's radar, because that's what he needs. He needs somebody monitoring him with these young girls. Because, see, this is my thing. People who don't have, first of all, don't care and have a don't care attitude, after a while, the appetite grows. That appetite changes and they start craving for more. You know what I'm saying? And then he started wanting different kind of stuff, a different type of hunger and thirst and desire. And we don't know how, how they could get, how extensive that will go, how deep that'll go. So we don't know if one of them young girls would be tricked into going home with him and he go too far and lose, because some of them are into S&M and being choked and all that other kind of stuff. And who's to say that somebody won't lose control? I just really that and then here's the thing, like you just said, he's using a platform that he manipulated people into thinking was out there to help people. And he's using it for his own sick, sadistic game. And that's wrong. That's just wrong. That's wrong. It's wrong. You got people thinking that he really out there, and he got other people, community leaders that watch him. You know what I'm saying? Like Jamal Bryant watches him. Jamal Bryant actually put a kid through college as a result of watching him. So it's like,
So you saying somebody like Jamal Bryant supports this type of behavior?
Jamal, I don't know how much he knows about this part of it. I don't know that he is even aware of this part of it. I'm pretty sure he probably is by now, because somebody that knows somebody watches it. You know what I'm saying? So then, you got him being attached indirectly to this guy, even though he done put somebody through school and paying for their schooling and all this, that, and the other, and got them off the street. That's a good thing. That's a success story. But that was a young man, and soon his twin sister is supposed to be joining. And Jamal Bryant's also going to help that young lady and pay for her schooling. What it is, it's a set of twins. And I believe that the twins are, well, it's obvious that they are on the spectrum. And they were adopted. When they on their 18th birthday, their adopted parents dropped them off at the shelter, put them out the house, dropped them off at the shelter with nowhere to go. And so they were just out there. And so on their birthday, Marcus interviewed them, and that's how the ball got to rolling. It's a story to that too, but I don't even want to go into that right now. But yeah, it's just like, he does one thing or two, he does something and you think that, oh my God, this is good. This is a good thing. But then he turns around and starts praying after these young women going through these unfortunate situations, and it's just becoming too much. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. And and he's dangerous. He's dangerous. Him out there sleeping in the raw, that's enough. Period. That's enough. Your targeted population is high risk. Atlanta is already a high, it's a college town, and Atlanta was one of the highest, at one point, it had the highest number up for HIV and AIDS. And not just among the LGBT, but it's among the college community. So you got a bunch of people out there that are at risk, and who's to say who he hasn't been with or who they haven't been with? And we already dealing with a pandemic, and in a minute he gonna make it genocide. He needs to stop. In Too Deep says, I've been subscribed to Marcus since the beginning, and I've always thought his sex questions were a bit much. That's exactly, and you know what? That's what I said. But the other day when I seen his interview, now we're not talking about an interview that someone else did. I'm talking about the interview that he did on his channel with the young lady that he just broke up with and made her delete the baby, get rid of the baby. He did that on his channel. And his responses to people was, well, I invited her to the house and, some bad decisions were made and we had sex. And then she even admitted on that same line that, there were times, where they had threesomes and foursomes. And that he made her live in a closet. He made the girl live in the doggone closet the whole 5 months she lived with him.
Wow.
And then when she found out she was pregnant, when she was 7 weeks pregnant, is when he decided he wanted his space back. And he kicked her out. And it made her get rid of the baby. Because his gut was telling him that this wasn't going to work between him and her. Joker, your gut should have been saying that when you slept raw with her. And you knew you weren't going to make that because your kid's mama, you was with her. Like he said, he was with their kids' mama 14, 15 years and never married her. He ain't got no intention on getting married because he like doing what he does. So some men don't like getting married. They like looking. They enjoy looking.
That's terrible.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad. It's terrible.
Now, what city does he live in?
Atlanta.
Oh, Atlanta. Okay.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Student. Oh, just that. Atlanta. That's why I was saying about the statistics there. That's what I was saying about the statistics in Atlanta. Put it all the way in there. Stop doing that. You gotta push it in there because you can't leave it on the edge. It wasn't hot. Huh? That wasn't even hot.
My hand touched the thing.
Touch what thing? The rack?
Yeah.
Oh, because I was getting ready to say the pan you just took off the table. Give me the dish towel. My 60 bag. Hey, Sister Pooh, how was your dinner? You said, okay, In Too Deep said, what you say, baby? That's what I didn't understand. Why is he sleeping with these women? That's my point. I mean, okay, common sense would say these women live outside. They live on the street. They're doing what they feel like they have to do to survive. It's not unless they find someone out there that's passing out condoms and needles and stuff like that. It's not likely that they'll have any type of protection. If he is as active and has the appetite that he has, because he obviously has one. He obviously has a big appetite. So if he has the appetite that he has, then he needs to keep protection on him. But he does not like using it because he asked them to do it without protection. He's asked them to do it because they've said it before. He's asked them to do it without protection, and he enjoys doing that. It's a time bomb ticking. It's just a matter of time. And he probably already got something and just haven't been to the doctor. Because these people like that feel like if I don't know, it won't happen. If I never know, if I never go check myself out, I'll never know and it won't happen. And that's still wrong. That's still wrong for all that's involved. Because now you got these people at risk. And it's just unfair. And he had this girl so entangled with him. She thought that she really meant something to him. And he geeked her up for a minute when she told him she was pregnant by saying, I'm so happy because I always wanted a son. I don't have a son. He did that, and he probably did that to keep getting what he wanted until he put her out. And hold on, y'all, let me get some water.
Okay.
Is that bro?
So
Yeah,
what
that's
now?
how you read the comments, T.
Huh?
No, that was not me. I was muted.
Oh,
Hello.
sound like somebody was asleep back there. I was like, what is that doing?
It wasn't me again. I'm up here watching this game, chilling, listening to my sis.
Read that comment for me, T.
Oh, the first girl that came out about him, her name is Monique. I believe everything she said about him.
Well, it ain't, you know. Hey, I guess.
That's the one that he put out when she took.
Are they saying that it's not true?
He no. Here's the thing. He blowing it off like I'm grown. I can do what I want to do. It's consensual, and that was that. That's the kind of vibe he on. It is what it is. But the truth of the matter is, at first he was denying it. At first he was denying it. And he was just trying to make it seem like it was just one person that he got with. But this is not true. There are at least 4 different women, 3 for sure, that came out. And it didn't just start today. Monique, the one she mentioned in this comment, she came out last year and said he did her like that. And then the other girl, the one that was just pregnant by him, he moved her in 5 months. He kicked her out the 1st of
Oh,
December.
what you guys doing? Doing that job, y'all
And,
doing that job.
and then Lolly said that he didn't give her no money. He gave her an Airbnb for a few days. And Lolly is also the one that said that he was telling her to act like she was a little girl. Pretend like you a little girl. And he was asking her about her boyfriend in the midst of the act. He was asking her, who's the best, me or him? Who's the biggest, me or him? Who you like the most, me or him? While they were in the midst of it. And why he telling her to act like a little girl? That's sick.
Why y'all didn't kick him out?
He's sick. He's sick. And I want everybody to like and share this link. Share this 2 parts. Share it. Because it still need to be exposed. And somebody need to be on it. Because like I said, when people have a sexual appetite like this, it only increases and it gets more and more sadistic. He's being reckless. And then the population, wait a minute. Not only that, it's unfair. Not that homeless women are nobodies or anything, because a lot of them just had a bad deal, just ran into a rough time. I've been homeless in my life before, in my adult life. But one thing about it is, what about the women, the graduate that's doing well in the prime of her life, that runs across him and gets in a serious relationship, so she thinks, and she gets involved with him, and after some time they get intimate to find out that he's like this, or he's doing this, or he's done it. He's been reckless. And then she found out she got something. She don't deserve that. And neither do the other women. The people that he's targeting, they don't deserve it. He's treating them like that because he feels like they have no one. Because they are out there and basically nobody cares. And the one thing he says all the time is, I helped her. I was trying to save her. First of all, you're not a savior. Second of all, you are a narcissist. You are a pervert, a predator, a manipulator. You're nasty. You're just nasty. And then when somebody asked him, he said, well, don't you have little girls? What if somebody done this to your daughters? Well, how would you do? He said, ain't nobody gonna do this to my daughters because they got me. So basically what you're saying is because these girls don't have fathers or whatever, they deserve to be treated this way? Or do you have daddy issues? That's why you treat these women like this, or mommy issues? What's your game? He don't deserve to be doing what he's doing.
No, he does not. That's not fair to the women.
It's not, Mom. It's not. It's not. I'm so disappointed. And I don't see why. You know, this guy is a millionaire from what he's doing. You know, he's built his platform. When I first started watching him, he only had a few hundred subscribers.
Wow.
And now he has tens, probably 100,000. Those AdSense checks are looking pretty good for him.
Wow. That's
And then not only that,
that's all I can say.
he talks about his luxury apartment all the time. And then he's, you know, talking about how they talk about the women talk about how he's wealthy, he's a millionaire, whatever. And he paying them $10 for an interview and $100 for intimacy. Stop. And he doing it raw. So that's a cost. That's priceless. It's going to end up costing these young ladies their lives. It's wrong. You got something? Oh, go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead, sis.
Go ahead, and then I was going to ask Tanya, did she want to say something? Go ahead.
No, I was really just agreeing with you. I mean, it's gonna cost all their lives because it ain't that deep. I mean, if you out here doing it like that, bro, yeah, you playing with you playing with a level of life, bro, that you thinking is just okay. All right, well, they don't know, don't show. I ain't worried about it. What's seen and what's unseen, ain't nobody they can't figure it out. All right, you gonna learn today.
And so therefore nobody is holding him accountable at all. Is that
exactly?
Okay.
He about to learn accountability. Cause that money ain't gonna be able to save you. It ain't that might be something that might prolong you, but what you're gonna have to deal with is not too good at all. Because you playing Russian roulette with people's lives in your own life. Because why would you even do something like that? Like that's not impressive. I couldn't support no brand by really, bro. Like how you get down like that? Like how does that even happen? Like no, I'm just saying. I mean, I don't care what how much you make, whatever you got. That has nothing to do with me, nor my family. What you eat don't make me shit. Excuse my French, but at the same time, I mean, for you to do something low down like that, bro, that's shiesty. That's trifling. That's scandalous. Like straight up. Like you got bread. I mean, you got bread like that, well, you can most likely put all these potential victims, these sisters that are victims, you could actually put them in a better space if it was like that. If you over here, you $100, you the $10 for an interview and $100. Man, you should have just went on here and just put. You already know they're gonna stay loyal to you because you know you got the bread. But you think that you know the game and don't even understand it,
Mm-hmm.
and not even understand that you hanging yourself. You hanging yourself, basically.
Yeah. So, you
Wow.
taking a bunch of innocent people with you.
Yep.
Exactly. That's the bad part about it.
Yep. And some of these young ladies have children, have small children. But you want to see something sick. Look at that interview he did with the double amputee. Look at that interview that sick bastard did with that double amputee. He asked her, did guys ever tell her that she was a fetish?
Wow.
Did guys ever tell you that you are their fetish? Then he said that they fetishize. He was trying to make it a word. That they fetishize about being intimate with you.
About a woman with no leg or got prosthetic legs?
Don't have no prosthetic legs. She's in a wheelchair. She don't have any teeth. She's a double amputee.
Oh man.
And this just happened. This just happened in the last year.
Yeah.
This
That's
just
true.
happened to her last year. She's a double amputee, and he asked her, and he was going so deep that he was saying stuff like, "How would they do it if they wanted to hit it from the back? Would they pick you up?"
Childish as hell,
And she looked at him. She leaned forward and looked at him sideways. And she's like, "What?" She said, "I had no idea that this is where this was going. I thought you were trying to see how I get around and all this other stuff." And he's asking her about a sexual fantasy. And then he turned around and got on one of his lives and asked the people, his followers, do they think he should take her out? And then they said, "No, I ain't trying to F her. I just want to take her out short. A good time, you know." No, you're not. You're lying. You already said and mentioned to her. I'm telling y'all, he's nasty.
Come on, homie.
He went to that girl's family home.
Yeah. He ain't ready to the right one. Yeah, he will though.
I bet your daddy or mama didn't know he was down there no mess like that.
I'm quite sure they don't.
I mean, he gonna run to the right
A
one.
mama like me. She had a mama like me. "Excuse me, sir. It's time for you to wrap it up before I wrap your cord around your neck. You need to control, alt, delete, bro. You're not about to put them questions out there with my daughter attached to them. You done lost your mind. I don't care how grown she is." He was like, "I mean, can you still, like, do you still have desires? Do you still, I mean, what kind of ways you like to do?" It was crazy. Man, you sick. And I believe that there are more women out there that he's done these things to, but they just feel like ain't nobody gonna believe them. And this is the type of situation, it's like when you hear and you say, "Well, why didn't they say something a long time ago?" This is the perfect platform for him to pick to do this, because he got a platform where he feel like, "You don't believe me? She in the street. She's homeless. She's a prostitute. She's a drug addict. Ain't nobody gonna believe me. Ain't nobody gonna believe you. Nobody gonna believe her. I tried to help her. And that's what he keeps putting in their mind. I'm just trying to help you. Put some money in your pocket. $10 ain't no money, bro. You can't even get they don't even have $1 menu no more. It's $1 and something. The dollar store ain't even $1 no more.
No, it
It's
is not.
$1 plus.
Yep, that's true.
Can't even get a day pass.
Right. They
for
can't even get a
certain
room. They can't get a blanket. They can't get a lighter and a match to stay warm at night with $10. And you
things.
making
Yeah,
millions.
can't even get a decent sandwich. Come on, some
And if
stick
you
to
care
the
so
real.
much,
That's terrible.
like you said that you care for Yana, when you got Yana off the street the same night and had intimacies with her and let her stay with you 5 months until you put her out. If you cared so much, why you put Monique out in the street when she fell asleep after she ate the edible? And you got mad because she went to sleep and you didn't get your money's worth. And you put that girl out in the street at what she said, I think she said it was between 1 and 3 in the morning.
That's
Yeah,
so
that's
unfair that he has a platform to continue that kind of behavior. That's the crazy stuff.
He's sick. But we are over 2 hours now. I want to thank everybody in my audience. I'm gonna call it my audience. Miss Ian Too Deep. Thank you for your input. Karen McKay, CC Podcast. Who else? Did I miss anyone? Everybody that dropped in. All of the people that's in the bushes. Make sure you like and subscribe. And make sure you share the video. Put it on your community tab. Put it out there. Let's spread the word about this pervert.
Now, where is the video at?
I'll send them to you.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I'll send them to you. All you got to do, baby, is put Marcus Atlanta Street interviews and all of them will pop up.
Oh,
The ones he did and the ones other people did on him. And the other people have actually interviewed these women. And their stories are somewhat similar. So everybody not lying on you. Everybody not lying on you. Everybody, and then from your line of questioning, bro, I believe it all. You're just nasty. You nasty. So that's it for me, you guys. Anybody have any last words?
good night. That's it.
I'm just,
Everybody take care.
that's man right wide. I don't know. So I'm appalled at the niggertry that's going on. You know, and I know it's sick and deep out here like that, but that's low, man. That's low. Like that's just real low. Like yeah, bro. Well, he want he wants some of that snatch that he ain't got the right one. That's what it is. But he gonna run into the right one that's gonna put Bush. He gonna put that Bush. He gonna put that
Yep.
vice grip on him. Gonna blow his mind. He ain't gonna know what to do. He gonna be running around here. He ain't gonna know what to do. And they're gonna turn around and why he thinking, oh yeah, it's going down. Yeah. So you eventually get that news. It's gonna make you damn near faint.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't gonna be no more interviews then. It's gonna be more. I gotta take a Sabbath. Yeah, it's because your days is numbered. Ain't no more stroking. that ain't what you gonna be doing. Ain't no more stroking.
He just perverted. Sis, you got anything you want to say, Tanya?
No, I'm sorry I had to dip out earlier. I didn't even know my sis was coming to pick me up. She said she was going to run somewhere and get something to eat. And I'm like, okay, hit me up. I'll send you a cash out to grab me something. And here she come calling. I'm just going to pick you up. We'll go together. I'm like, what? I ain't dressed or nothing. I'm on the show with somebody. I'm running around like a chicken. Like,
Girl, it's cold. 15 feet of snow outside.
So we just went and grabbed something, and I brought it back here. So I'm going to eat it when, once I get off of here.
Yeah, well, I'm going to let you go ahead. I'm gonna
But everybody have a good evening. Hey, Rosetta again. Long time no see.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year and all the other good stuff. Yes.
You just celebrated a birthday last Monday, y'all.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes. Well, y'all have a blessed evening and a good week.
All right, same to you.
All right, love.
Thank you everybody for coming in. I love you on purpose, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Even though we don't say goodbye, we just say later for now.
I know that's right. Brush your teeth.
Don't forget to support the channel, $SISLO. Nobody else got their cash up in the thing, but you can support them as well. You got to get cash out if you want to. Bro. And
you thought, well, Count Amaru, that's $ count COUNT, like the Count Drac. It's just got Amaru, AMARU. Y'all know what it is, man. If that's what it is, I ain't looking for nothing. If it do come through, it do. It do. It don't. We ain't tripping because we still over here in my sister's spot. Putting it down, I got to put it down because we got to support each other. That's how we get around. You know what I'm saying? So, all the way.
Ma?
Yes, I'm here.
You want to get your cash out?
I don't even know.
I ain't worried about no cash out.
I don't even know. What is I don't even know what it is. Nope, I don't know. I don't know it off the hand.
We'll get you next time, but I thank you guys for supporting the channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you on the other side.
All right. Peace.
Later,